Good morning, all of you. Today, I am going to giving a lecture 2 of maps and microsystems. And in a previous lecture, we are discussed about maps and microsystem. What are the difference between maps and microsystems, and what are the applications? Some brief descriptions of the application of maps, and also discuss about microsensor and microactuators, which are the components of the maps. So today we are discuss about uh, maps components, and how what are the applications of maps, and how it can be behave, and how it will be like a uh, application in our human life. So in the beginning we starting from what are the components of maps. So in the figure we are showing the figure that the four components are shown in the figure, like microsensors, microactuators, microelectronics, microstructures. So these four components are interact to each others. It means like microactuators interact with the microsensors, microsensors interact with the microelectronics, and microelectronics will interact with the microstructures. Similarly, here I also see that microstructures and microstructure are both are interconnected to each other. So in this way, we are seeing that whenever we design any components, whenever we discuss about any components, so most of the components are interact to each other. So if we are talking about what is the microelectronics, so data come from the microsensor is known as microelectronics. That is what are the data coming from microsensor, it will be comes in the microelectronics. Similarly, if we talk about a microstructure, what are the microstructure? So it is a small structure which is built on a surface shapes, that is called microstructures. Microstructures also directly interact with the microactuators. And we already know what is the microactuators and microsensors. Microactuator will change the any electrical signal into a mechanical force, or any appearing signals, we can say. And micro signals, micro sensors is the which are convert any physical signal into convert in the electrical signals. So these all components are interconnected to each other, and whenever the components is connected to each other, it will be formations of the microsystems. Whenever we connect, whenever we talk about microsensor and microelectron, then it will forms the microsystem. When we talk about microactuator plus microsensor, then it will forms a microsystem. When we talk about microactuators plus microstructures plus microelectronics, it is also forms microsystem technologies. So in this way, we form the microsystem technology with the combinations of the microsystem, microsensor, microactuators, microelectronics, and microstructures. So these four components are formations of microsystem technologies, and it is the components of a MEMS. That's why we are saying it is the MEMS components, because all the designing are of the microsensor, microactuators, microelectronics, and microstructure are in the forms of micro terminologies. So in the next slide, we are discussing about the applications of maps. So lot of applications are we are discussing in the previous slides, like maps are including in a lot of applications, that is will be including maps, which is it will be including in the biomaps, it will be including in a chemical sensor, it will be including in the force and pressure sensor, it will be including in the accelerometers. So there are a lot of applications in the maps. We are discuss about here some limited applications, and describe about what how can it could be worked. So in the figure, in the this figure, we are showing that this one is a voltage we are applying, and this one is a beam. This one is a beam which we can show that it work as a cantilever. Cantilever, what is a cantilever? Cantilever, which one end is a fixed and another end is a free. Cantilever, which one end is a fixed and another end is free. Whenever any force is applied, force can be mechanical. Here we show mechanical force. Force will be mechanical, or it can be electronic force. We can show the electrostatic force whenever we apply. So it can be whenever the mechanical force or electrostatic force it is applied on this beam, the beam tries to move on downside. Tries to move on downside. So this will be work on the this will be when the force is applied, then displacement will be occurs from first initial position to next positions. So what the displacement is occurred it by the applying the force, mechanical force or electrostatic force, we have to calculate. This is one of the applications we are using on the some strain or calculate some stress we have to calculate. We are using this type of a cantilever structure we are using. Similarly, here also we are seeing that this one is a structure. We are showing what are the structure. This structure is showing like that we are using a again cantilever structure. The cantilever structure is here we applying what are the here we applying we are saying that this is a POM molecule, this one is a gold substitute we are applied. Then this one is a silicon nitride microlever. Silicon nitride is a dielectric mediums, and this one is a chip finisher is a silicon substrate we are using. So what are the structure this are showing? This structure is showing that's the this structure to detections of any biomolecules particles. So biomolecule particles, this is a target molecule. We can say that it is a biomolecule particles. Whenever this biomolecule particles it's contact with the this probe molecules, then it's try to this free end to tries to move on downside. So what pressure they feel this probe molecule, we have to calculate how many target molecules are connected with the this substrate. We have to we can calculate. So in this way we calculate some low energy particles or low energy bioparticles. We can also calculate some disease particle we can detect by this probes or this cantilever designs. So here we show that this whenever the particles will be contact with this the deflection will occurs, and beam will move to downsides. So this is the figure of the cantilever structure, BioMAMS cantilever structure, which are using to detection of the target molecules or biomolecules. Similarly, here also we show that this one is a cantilever structure which are connected to the electronic equivalent cantilever circuit and measuring devices. Whatever the changes occurs in a cantilever structure, we are measuring by some instruments, and either instrument will be optical, either instrument will be electronics. Whatever the we have to parameter we want to measure, we have used this type of a structure, this type of design of a structure. This is a basic design which are using in some design, some measuring some parameters. What are the changes in a cantilever structures, either in the form of displacement, either in the form of pressure, either in the form of a force, and what voltage existence when the coolant voltage will be existence. So this is one application of MAMS which can send at micro cantilever applications of MAMS. Next is a microfluidic based detection device. So we already know what microfluidics. Microfluidics means we have to calculate fluids in the forms of liquid, in the forms of gas. We have to calculate the flow rate. We can calculate the pressures. We can calculate the shear stress. So there are a lot of terms we can calculate by the microfluidic basic devices. So these are the diagram we are showing that through the any drop can be blood drop can be water drop, any fluid will enter in this channel, and through the channel it will be go on the last terms. Here we calculate the what are the pressure or flow rate of the any fluids, and also calculate the velocity of the flow rate of the fluids. So in this way we can calculate the blood or water or any fluidic materials like the fluidic gas or fluidic liquids. We can calculate their parameter, their functions, and we characteristics we can design. Here these all the circuits are designing our microfluidic circuits detections of the any disease components. So this is all about the microfluidic based detections. Currently, one of the largest applications of microsystem, a typical inkjet printer use up several cartridges each year. Today's inkjet printer have a resolution of 1200 dots per inch dpi. That is, this resolution convert to a nozzle separations of only about 21. Certainly, the microsystem resistant heater boils in the great plum that force drop to be expelled onto paper. So this one is a diagram of inkjet printers, and this is we are showing that the substrate, thermal barrier, resistance, thin film, conductor, resistance, heater, nozzle plate, and ink drop. This is the one of the applications of microsystem technology inkjet printer. Next one is a diagram is a automobile. We already know that there are a lot of components which are connected in the automobile sector. Here we are showing some car circuit or car diagram in which there are a lot of components, there are a lot of ICs are connected in the forms of micrometers or some of microsystem technologies. So we are using a fuel pressure sensors, so it will use a micropressure sensors, where here micro machine accelerometer for airbags. We also here this is also component for micro components. Airbag sides impact sensor, here we also use some micro sensors. Fuel sensor level, what are the level and vapor pressures, then we are using fuel level. Then we also use the micro vapor pressure sensors. Gas sensor, we are using a micro gas sensors we are using here. Exhaust gas sensor we also use here, micro gas sensors. So force sensor mean what are the properties we are using the micro force sensors, or we can say microfluidic force sensor we can use here. So mass airflow sensor, it is work on or microfluidic air sensors. Similarly, so there are a lot of components are included in a single car, micro components, and which we all which makes to make the automobile sector to automation work. So this is a major parts of the which are using in the automobile sectors. So that is all about this. Then we are going some wearable pressure sensor. Wearable pressure sensor means we are using wristband watch. So wristband watch, so like this one I am showing that diagram, like a wristband watch, wristbands which are using to what are the BP levels of our body whenever we are running, and what are the blood or sugar level we can calculate by this wearable pressure sensor. So by pressure sensor we can measure the sugar level. By pressure sensor we can measure the blood pressure level of our body. So this is the basic structures, basic applications we are using in the human body. PDMS, that is a polydimensional silicon. This is a which one is a flexible sensor materials which are majorly used in a designing of diaphragm pressure sensor, or we can say we can design flexible electronic sensor. We can use PDMS materials. So this is one is a Kallenstein microchannel material we are using. This is one is a metal liquid which have properties of the metal liquids, and it can be very compatibility with the PDMS materials. So in this way we are using variable diaphragm pressure sensor. It is also one of the most applications we are using in the micro system technologies. So that is all about we are discussing about some 3 or 4 applications about some microsystem technology in the forms of automobile, biomedical application, variable diaphragm pressure sensors. Also discuss about some cantilever structure which can be used in the beam and measure some strain and stress. So that is all about the this chapter, and in the next slide, in the next lecture we are discussing about what are the fabrication process we are using for MEMS technology or microsystem technologies. So thank you all of you.